Hello guys and welcome to the first round of the Vigevano Tournament. In this round happened a super funny thing because during the event I streamed with Adriana Palau, Women FIDE Master, and at round number 1 I was paired against her. She was 2101 elo rated, so not a good opponent in terms of elo because she was super strong than me, but a good option for me to play a good game against a strong opponent. Let's see what's happened. I played d4, time control was 1 hour plus 30 seconds for each move. Knight f6, I played c4, a6, and I played knight c3. She decided to play bishop on b4 to attack my knight immediately, and this is the typical Nismo Indian opening setup. I played queen c2 to not allow knight on e4 that could attack double my knight, so now I can take the knight, so that's why I played that move. And she decided to play in this position d5. I played a3, she go back on e7, and I decided to take the pawn. E takes d5, I played bishop on b4 because now I have the option to go on b5 with my knight. She decided to play castle. Knight b5, and now as you can see, I'm attacking the c7 pawn with 3 pieces. If, for example, she played this move, knight c7, is ready to attack the rook. So she played a different move, of course. She played knight c6, e3, because if I took the c7 pawn anyway, she can took the d5 pawn, attack my queen, and was not a good setup, a good position for white. So that's why I decided to play e3. She played knight e8, and I said, oh wow, now all these pieces except this bishop and this knight was in the last rank for her. So I decided to develop my pieces. I don't want to rush to take this pawn because I couldn't in this moment. And I decided to play bishop on d3 because I can gain a tempo because I'm attacking the h7 pawn. I develop a piece at the same time. She decided to play a normal h6 and I continued with h4. If she took this one, I could play knight f3, and if she go back, the rook is ready to attack this pawn. So what's happened? She played knight d6. Try to remove this knight. I go back on c3, bishop e6, so she developed all the pieces well. Knight f3, and we develop all the pieces. I didn't castle yet, but it was good for white in this position. She played f5. I decided to take the d6 pawn, the d6 knight, because this knight, if go on e4, was super bad for me. Bishop take d7, I played h5 because my plan was playing the knight on h4 and going somewhere, attack the f5, going on g6, was super fine, and the position, I felt good during the game. She played f4, and here I played a bad move. I played the knight on h5 immediately, but as you can see, position is not so bad for white anyway. She played rook f6 because she probably want to defend this one. She probably want to also double the rooks on the file. And that's why I decided to play long castle in this position, because she couldn't attack me on the queen side. She played knight e7, and here I played not a normal e4 that seems logical, because after e4, take, and that's super fine for white, because attack the rook and attack the bishop too. And the other problem for her is she had just 32 seconds in this position, at 27 minutes. I unfortunately played rook e1 because I said, oh, if she take, I can take by the rook, but I miscalculated because she could play bishop on f4 and pin my rook, and here the position is completely lost for white. So she took, of course, on e3, and I was forced to take the pawn with my pawn f. Bishop on g3, double attack my knight, attack also my rook, and I was forced to move the rook on d1. Bishop take h4, rook take h4, and knight f5. Attack my rook. Bishop take f5, bishop take f5, and queen b3 was my plan, because now I can attack the b7, I can attack also the d5, so she needed to do something. She played rook on d6. I played rook f4 for put the rook into the game, trying to remove some square for my opponent king. And she played the bishop on e6 because she can defend the d5 pawn with another piece. I played rook f1, and as you can see, that's two rooks were super strong in this position. She played rook b6, and in this position I played a move that I considered well during the game, but seems was not, because I played rook f8 check. We trade the two rooks for the queen, because I said, okay, the rooks are not connected, but she can connect that well because she could just play rook on f2. So after my queen d1, she played, of course, rook f2. Attack my pawn here, attack also my other pawn, so I didn't feel good in this position. Knight a4, attack the rook, defend the b2 pawn. She played check, I played knight c3 back. Queen take g2, she won a pawn, bad position for white. Queen b3 again, double attack this pawn and this pawn. I cannot take the d5 pawn immediately, but was an option for me. And she go back on b6 with the rook. I played queen a4 because I saw that probably I could have some repetition if she removed the rook from the g file. For example, if she play rook take here, I have the repetition for draw the game. But she was smart, she didn't play that move, she decided to check me. So I go back on d2, rook take b2, and here I said, okay, now seems the position is extremely bad. Because after king d3 check, I couldn't play e4 because she had checkmate e1 with just rook g3 checkmate. So I was forced to play the knight on e4. She took after king c3 and check, and I decided to resign because she can win the game super easily, because the only way is take the rook for two pieces, but this endgame is super win for black. If I go here, share a checkmate one with just rook on b1. Well, I have a good option for play a better game. I didn't play badly in the first part of the game. I was happy about how I played the first part of the game. I can manage my time better because I just played against airtime control and was not the best option in that situation. Result was 0-1, but let's see what's happened during all the tournament.